welcome to the weekend news and sport from ITV Granada. First tonight, British people on a cruise ship affected by an outbreak of hantavirus will be brought to Merseyside for isolation when they return to the UK. 3 people have died after the outbreak on the MV Hondius. Andrew Fletcher joins me now. Andrew, the returning Britons are going to Arrow Park Hospital on the Wirral.
Yes, that's right, Zoe. And you may remember that it was the same accommodation blocks that British people were transferred to at the start of the COVID pandemic in early 2020 when they were returning from Wuhan in China. Hantavirus, though, is not like COVID. It spreads through prolonged, sustained contact. Now, this cruise ship has seen 3 deaths, with one of those who passed away confirmed to have hantavirus. The other 2 cases are still being investigated. And it's thought there are around 24 people from the UK on the ship, which is due to dock at Tenerife tomorrow. And when it does, everyone on board will be screened. And the plan is for those not displaying any symptoms of hantavirus to be given free passage back to the UK. And as a precaution, they'll remain in isolation at Arrow Park and have clinical assessments. Now, in an email sent to staff at the Royal Hospital Trust, the Chief Executive, Janelle Holmes, said nobody showing any symptoms will be transferred here. If anyone becomes unwell after arrival, they'll be transferred quickly to another facility. Important to say the UK's Health Security Agency is reassuring people that the risk to the public is very low.
All right, Andrew, thank you. Well, next to the fallout from Labour's poor showing in the local elections. 2 North West Labour MPs have called on the Prime Minister to step aside. Liverpool West Derby MP Ian Byrne said Sir Keir Starmer must set out a clear timetable for his departure, while Conor Naismith, the MP for Crewe and Nantwich, said it's clear the party needs new leadership. However, Labour's deputy leader, the Manchester Central MP Lucy Powell, said while the party needs to change its approach, it should stick with Starmer. A murder investigation is underway in Manchester after a man was stabbed to death. Police were called to Raby Street in the Moss Side area at around 11 o'clock last night. The victim, believed to be in his 30s, was taken to hospital where he died of his injuries. An 18-year-old man's been arrested and remains in custody for questioning. A mum's petition calling on a major retailer to stop selling sexualised children's clothing has been supported by 28,000 people since it launched 2 weeks ago. Kaylee Shaw from Sale set up the petition after finding a swimming costume labelled age 8 with padded breast cups built into the lining. The item was made by the online retailer Shein, and Kaylee found it in a local charity shop.
Children have enough on the plate already, and it's hard to keep children young. I think fashion is one thing we don't speak about in keeping kids young. We speak about social media, what they're watching, what they're eating, but this can be equally as damaging.
Well, of course, Shein aren't the only retailers who make clothing like this. When we asked them about Kaylee's petition, they said, "We treat the protection and well-being of children with the utmost seriousness and have clear policies in place. We'll review any feedback and will take action if listings do not meet our standards."
Getting that winning feeling. FOW, sponsor of the Granada Sport Report.
On to football, and Liverpool's wait to secure Champions League football goes on after drawing 1-1 with Chelsea in the Premier League. Meanwhile, Manchester United's trip to Sunderland ended in a goalless draw, and Manchester City are currently hosting Brentford at the Etihad. Ben Osborne scored in stoppage time to give Stockport the edge after the first leg of their League One playoff semi-final against Stevenage. And in the other semi-final, Bolton Wanderers take on Bradford City from 8 tonight. In Rugby League, Wigan Warriors thrashed rivals St Helens 32-0 at the Brewdog Stadium, booking their place in the Challenge Cup final at Wembley later this month. All right, let's get a check on the weather forecast now. Here's Tori.
Mom, wet wipes, toilet or bin?
Bin. Why?
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello there,
Hi, good evening. Well, it's been a little bit of a mixed bag of a day, hasn't it? There's been some brightness, but a fair amount of cloud. However, this little nose of high pressure that's pushing in our way is going to keep things settled through the night tonight and into the day tomorrow. So perhaps a more spring-like feeling day for Sunday. Out there at the moment, though, it is generally dry. There's a light breeze around, but with those clearing skies, it's going to turn quite chilly in a few places. Any lingering cloud and rain will start to fade away in the next few hours, really, and through the night, with these clearer skies developing, it could turn really rather nippy. You can't rule out a rural frost here and there, but it does mean that it's a beautiful start to the day with some good spells of sunshine out there from the word go, and lingering well into the afternoon as well. So just one thing to watch out for, of course, is the UV index at this time of year. It's in the moderate to high category. Temperatures on the fresh side, 13 to 14 Celsius, but take care if you're out in that sun. Now, the cool feel is all pulling in from the northwest at the moment, and it really stays a feature of our weather in the coming week. If anything, it gets really quite blustery around the middle part of the week. These isobars really starting to squeeze together. It's also quite unstable air, so there'll be a lot of sharp showers starting to kick off as well. So not particularly what you might want at this time in May. With that low pressure dominating and all the weather that comes along with it is going to feel disappointingly cool for the time of year. And even by night, we can't rule out the risk of further frost to come, particularly in more rural spots and towards the end of the week. But if you do get any sunshine, it should feel quite pleasant. Take care.
Cleaned up well.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thanks, Tori. That's it for Granada Reports today. I'll be back at 10 to 7 tomorrow evening with the next updates. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.